wow, these are the problems you dream of having when you start a business, and most people's businesses never get beyond year one. And it's like every time we've got these new challenges, they're exactly the good problems that I wanted to have. Hi, I'm Jenny Quigley-Jones, the founder and CEO of Digital Voices, and this is my vision for the business and our tech offering for the next year.
What was Digital Voices' biggest achievement this year?
So the last year has been obscene for Digital Voices in terms of growth. Like, we grew our revenues 83% last financial year. We nearly doubled our team size, so we're nearly 100 people at the moment. We came back in January and like within the first week back, won our first campaigns with PepsiCo and L'Oreal. Like literally the first 2 days back. We've integrated paid and conversion rate optimization in our offerings so that we actually are offering full service campaigns. We've had some incredible hires to help do that. So like in every way, this year has been insane. And as an entrepreneur, I keep thinking, wow, these are the problems you dream of having when you start a business, and most people's businesses never get beyond year one. And it's like every time we've got these new challenges, they're exactly the good problems that I wanted to have. So I feel really, really lucky. But the highlight for me in the last year has been a real shift in the way that I think about what is my purpose as a leader and what is Digital Voices' purpose. So previously I was so focused on like making sure our offering was the best, or making sure we were serving our clients in the best way. And that's still a core part of it. But I've started thinking about legacy and like what impact do I want Digital Voices to have? And what I've been proud of is the people who we are putting at the forefront of the marketing and advertising industry. Like the people on our senior leadership team, the team leads at DV, are people who are so accountable, so empathetic, who lead from the front. And those people, even if in 5-10 years they're not at DV, they are going to be the people running companies in advertising. They're going to be the people setting culture. They're going to be the people who make this industry a better place to work because they lead with accountability and kindness. And like, I want voices who have been underestimated at the top of that tree. So I want people who might not have run departments before, we will give them the chance to run those departments. I want people who really care about the impact they have. And that to me has been really cool because I'm like, oh, it's not just about Digital Voices, it's about how do Digital Voices values go and live across this industry and shape it for the better.
What learnings will you take for the rest of the year to make it even more successful?
So there are a few learnings I want to take from this year moving forwards. I think firstly, we've been so focused on doing the work, and I think it's time for Digital Voices to be louder, to not be the best kept secret in the ad industry, which is how people have described us. And in some ways it's really flattering, in other ways it's like, hang on, that means we're not getting the credit we deserve for the work we do. So definitely to be louder and become kind of better known and really talk about what we do. And that's the other thing I think that's changed for me this year. Shifting the company from being about 50 people to 100, there has to be a real change in the way you lead. So my role now is actually not about doing things day to day. It's about strategy, vision, understanding the clients, and giving people something to work towards on the team. So I'm really excited to think more about what our vision is for the industry, really set that and set the standard in the industry and make people chase us to keep up. Because I think there have been a lot of fundamental shifts in influencer marketing and in the creator economy. And I want to make sure the way we work reflects those changes. So being louder, not a best kept secret, and like setting a very clear vision and empowering your team to just go after it. Like, I don't need to do the doing, but what I need to do is set the goalposts that they should aim for.
At Cannes, you announced the release of our latest tech tool, Composer. Can you tell us more about that tool?
Yeah, so Composer is a tool we have been talking about for 3 years, and we have worked with like over 7 years worth of data to make it successful. So Composer is a tool I'm really, really excited about. It's a strategy and planning tool, so it takes all of our historic data and all of our insights and uses Gen AI through kind of Google Gemini and Vertex to recommend strategies, platform selection, influencer verticals, specific influencers who have really performed well in the past or who have really reached that target audience. So it's an internal tool to DV's strategy team that can make sure we are running the most successful campaigns in the industry based on data. The thing that makes us really special as an agency is that I didn't come from marketing. I came from a tech background. So when I left YouTube to start the company, I wanted to know what our clients prioritize. Clients do not necessarily care if something got loads of views if it has no business results. So for the last 7 years, we've been asking clients for their Google Analytics data, for their Shopify data, for their app download data. And we've not had the capabilities to do much with that. But finally, with this advent of Gen AI, with its accessibility, and with our phenomenal Chief Technology Officer, Trent Eunice, and the team we've been building this with, we actually have a tangible way to use those insights to make the smartest influence campaign decisions. So I'm super proud. It was going to get released internally anyway, and then I realized it was getting released internally while we were at Cannes, so why didn't we talk about it?
How does the development of Composer align with the direction of the influence marketing space is heading?
In influence marketing, there has been this huge gap between influence agencies that are called to RFP at the last moment to do like knee-jerk one-off campaigns, and then involving influencers in that like full funnel planning aspect of campaigns. And to me, it feels like a really poor disconnect that's going to have damaging outcomes for both clients and brands. So one of the things we've been prioritizing at Digital Voices, and I think the industry is going to prioritize a lot moving forward, and there are some smart players doing this, is how do you think about influencer as a full funnel partner for the marketing team? And also, how do you think about measurement? And those conversations have to happen super early on. And the way at the moment influencer agencies are just carelessly churning out campaigns and being like, look how many views it got, that does not help your bottom line. That does not help you justify the budget to your CFO. So we've really been trying at Digital Voices to be our like real trusted influencer partners for our clients. We have an entire business model based on we win when you win. But to do that, we need measurement, we need data. So we've been trying to kind of have those discussions much earlier on. We've worked with some clients for 5 years. We are their like full funnel influencer partners. We touch loads of different brand and business objectives with campaigns, but we don't shout about it so much because we're so busy doing the work and servicing those clients. We do quarterly business reviews with them. We do annual planning sessions. We make sure they have like a true influencer partner agency at the standard of the big holding companies, if not better, but in terms of client servicing. So I think we've not been one of those agencies that's done random campaigns and disappeared. We haven't been doing campaigns through big agency groups. We've been doing our campaigns directly with the clients. So I think that's why we're kind of not necessarily as known in the industry, because we haven't been doing these flash in the pan campaigns. We've been working on smart partnerships based on data and knowledge sharing. So I hope the industry is really moving towards full funnel insights for campaigns and making smart strategic decisions where influencer is part of the conversation from day one. So we're the only influence agency that's been asking for this data for the last 7 years, the only one in the world from what I know. And what I've really wanted to do with Composer, from its very kind of the first initial idea of it, was to ensure that we are the people who can build the most successful influence campaigns, and we can back that up with data. So if influencer marketing is going to work for your brand, it's going to work through Digital Voices. And if it doesn't work through us, something fundamentally needs to change because it's not going to work with anyone. And that's a really massive ambition to have. But what I really hope is that the smart insights we're driving, the smart strategic planning, is going to drive the best results for our clients. And that's backed up by data and unequivocally true.
Are there any big plans for Digital Voices?
Are there big plans for Digital Voices for the rest of this year? I mean, I honestly still feel like we're at the beginning of our journey. There's this business theory that if your company hasn't changed every 18 months and become a different company, you're not really a scale up. The challenges in growth that we're facing are so fundamentally different now to what they were. So there's a hell of a lot of challenges. My feeling is that we're still at just the beginning of the potential of Digital Voices in our industry. We've only been in the US for 2 years, and we are seeing phenomenal growth in the US. We're seeing phenomenal growth as well across running EMEA campaigns for brands. So certain brands are giving us their budget for all of Europe, and we're running tailored, localized campaigns in every market. We are going to really scale those clients, and honestly, there's going to be a lot more noise around Digital Voices in the next year. If you haven't heard of us yet, you will do very soon. The other thing that I'm really excited to see happen in the next year is actually like an iterative process for how we use our tech tools. Like we're Cord, which is our campaign management system, so many clients are now using for the first time, and they're giving us a lot of feedback on kind of how to improve it and how to make it better. So we really want to make sure we're building the best experience for them. Composer, we've released internally, and it's interesting to see how different teams use it, and then again, iteratively improve it based on what's going to really serve our clients. So I feel like we're at the beginning of two very different journeys. One is in terms of scale, where there is so much more potential even for the existing clients we're working with. And the other is this like process with tech that has to be super iterative, that has to be gradual. And I cannot wait to see where that takes us, because we are very focused at the moment on driving efficiencies for the team so that they can spend their headspace on running the best creative full funnel performance campaigns in the industry.